What's up, guys? If it's Monday, you already know it's Motivational Mondays now. I know it's a little bit late in the day, but better late than never. My day has been filled with bombardments of working on what we are doing in our club. And again, the link is down in the description. Just join, come and see what we're doing, come and see what we're about. And I'm pretty sure you'll find something that you can do or some little skills that you can pick up to earn passive income. Now, today for Motivational Mondays, I have two quick stories, just two quick ones. So the first one, a story is told of a Chinese farmer. Now, this Chinese farmer had a horse. Now, the horse ran away one day, and then the neighbors came in and said, "Oh my God, this is terrible for you guys. Your only horse? Oh, this is not good. How do you feel?" You know the people, there are people like that in life. Now, the farmer said, maybe it's a terrible thing. I don't know, maybe. The next day, the horse returned, and with it came seven wild horses. Now, this was a big fortune. The neighbors came back again and say, "Oh, this is amazing for you guys. You just have an extra seven horses now. You must be feeling so good." The farmer said, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. I don't know. 2 days later, when the farmer's son was taming one of these wild horses, he fell off the horse and broke his leg. Now, once again, the neighbors came back and said, "Oh, what a terrible thing. This is such terrible luck." The farmer said, "Yeah, you're right. Maybe. Maybe it's a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing." Now, the next day, conscription officers from the army came into the village and started recruiting young men for the army. Now, since the farmer's son had a broken leg, they could not recruit him. Now, later on in the night, the neighbors came and said, "Oh, you guys are so lucky." And the farmer said, "Maybe." Now, the moral of this story is that life is so intricate, such that you never know the consequence of good fortune or the consequence of bad fortune. To give another analogy, when you have a surface rug, right, an area rug, and it has beautiful patterns on top, right? If you flip the same rug at the bottom, it has not so beautiful patterns. Now, the question is, can this surface rug have the beautiful pattern on top without the not so beautiful pattern at the bottom? The answer is no. Life is so intricate and interconnected. You do not know what can transpire from something happening, whether it's good, whether it's bad. Now, the moral here is that find something that you like doing. Develop a strong mindset, an armor like mindset, because things are going to happen to you. You'll have people coming around you and say, "Oh my God, you tried to start this business. Oh, yeah, this is the worst time to start a business. This is banks are not even loaning any money. Inflation is so high." And you can get discouraged because life is so interconnected. We cannot avoid such people. So find something that you like doing, stick to it, have your vision right here. Remember, the goal or the dream was given to you. It wasn't given to your family, it wasn't given to your friends, it wasn't given even to strangers. It was given to you. You are the only person that knows or can see your dream. So find something you like doing, follow through with it, work on it, keep going and keep going. Avoid, people, don't let the noise of other people drown out your own inner voice, right? If somebody says it cannot work, just tell them that's fine, it cannot work for you or it never worked for you. This is my dream. You know what I mean? So just stick to it so long as you can see it, and so long just keep looking for it. And trust me, seek and you shall find. I like what Jim Rohn said. Jim Rohn said that finding is reserved for the people who seek. So you have to go out there and seek something. It's not going to be easy, right? It's I'll do another segment of this when I had an interview with success. You're right. Yeah, you heard it right. I had an interview with success. But that's another story for another day. But seek and you shall find. Now, that's the first story. The second story comes from Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University. Now, that's another a major thing. I would want you guys just go on YouTube and look that up. Steve Jobs commencement speech, Stanford, and that is an amazing gem. It's one of the speeches that transformed or helped transform my life. Now, Steve Jobs, in this speech, he gives a snapshot or a segment called Connecting the Dots. Now, he said that you cannot connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. So don't focus too much on where you're at in life. Maybe you're trying something and it's not working. That is right. That is just temporary, right? Because your goal or your end goal or your vision is for the future. It's not for today. So long as you have that thing in your mind that tells you there has to be more to life than this, you better believe there is. Let me tell you, I used to hear people tell me that, and I used to be like, come on, how? But you need to first take that first step. Remember, think of it this way. If you're going to the store and you kept turning around halfway or quarter of the way there, would you ever go to the store? Or would you ever get there? No. So why do you keep turning around in pursuit of your dreams? You get halfway, you get tired, and then you say, this is not worth it, let me go back. Why would you do that? You don't do that while going to the grocery store because you know you're going to die, right? You're going to die of starvation. So treat pursuit of your goals the same way. Say, I'm not stopping until I go. It's fine. There can be traffic along the way. There can be rain. There can be whatnot, heat wave. But I am not stopping till I get to my destination, till I get to my dream. So Steve Jobs talks about how in college he couldn't figure out how college was going to help with what he wanted to do in life. Now I'm not saying to drop out of college, but he said that couldn't figure out how college would help him achieve what he wanted to achieve in life. Now he dropped out of college and then started dropping in. You know, there are people, let me tell you, there are people out there who drop out just for the sake of dropping out. He says he dropped out and then started dropping in on the classes that made sense to him. Now, one of the classes was about calligraphy. And he said whatever he learned in that calligraphy class helped later on at Apple when he was or they were developing a typeface or the fonts, the different fonts that other computer companies or vendors also took up. So this little thing that he was interested, he knew, wait, this calligraphy is pretty nice, right? These fonts are pretty nice. I would love to know how to draw them. But he knew that, oh, this is exciting to me. I'm interested in this. And he trusted and said, I'm going to jump in this class. But he never realized that way down the road, this knowledge from this one class would help him. But he was interested in it, so he kept pursuing it. The other one, he talked about how he used to return Coke bottles to vendors for the 5 cent deposit. Now, way back, when people used to buy soda, like in bottles, you used to leave a deposit at the shop or at the store, like a 5 cent or 10 cent, or you'd either pay it off and so that you cannot have to bring back the bottle. But way back, 5 cent, 5 cents way back was a good amount of money. So Steve Jobs talked about he used to return them just to have 5 cents. Now, can you imagine Steve Jobs as we knew him, the end product, returning bottles for 5 cents? But to him, it wasn't a big thing because he knew that where he was in life, that's not the end. It's just the process. Because he knew what he was doing, he was working towards an end goal. Now, another thing is he talked about he was spending nights on the dormitory floors of his friends. He used to have just one decent meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. Think about it, not just anybody else, Steve Jobs. And then he said whatever he learned during that part of the journey helped him develop as an entrepreneur later on in life because he said, I don't care if I'm going to be returning bottles for 5 cents. I know I have to be here so that I can go to this class that I'm interested in, to go to this computing class that I'm interested in. A lot of people nowadays, especially in the society that we're living in, they're afraid of living below their means. They want to seem like they have it all. Remember, nobody, the journey is yours. You don't have to do anything for anybody. The only person you have to justify something for or to is yourself. Leave alone. Do what most won't do today in order to have what most won't have tomorrow. It's simple. Just do what the opposite of the masses are. Have that vision in your mind and pursue it and believe that the dots will connect in future. The other story he talked about was when he was fired from Apple. Now, how do you get fired from a company that you started? So he got let go at Apple and he felt so down because he felt like he had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down. But he said one thing: the heaviness of being let go or fired from a company that I started was replaced from the lightness of being a beginner again. There's nothing as clean as a clean slate, right? Or as simple as a clean slate. Because if you're already down, there's nowhere else to go. So why stay there? There's this saying: if you're going through hell, why stop there? So if you are somewhere in your life and you know in your heart of hearts that this cannot be it for you and you're doing things to improve your life, know that it can only go up from there. So what he did, he calmed down, he just went aside and said, okay, what else can I do? So he actually ended up starting two companies, Pixar and Next. And Pixar, as you all know, was the one that developed or came up with the Toy Story movie, which was a large franchise in the animation groups. Now, later on, he went back to Apple, and Apple bought Next. Can you see how life is so intricate? Now, he said it connected to him that when he got fired, instead of giving up, because he said he had thought of just running away from the valley, Silicon Valley, and just going and living another life. But he said, no, 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 it's fine, I'm down right now. But what else can I do? You know, what else? There has to be something else I can offer. What else can I do? So he started these companies, and the technology at Pixar and also Next merge with some of the technologies at Apple. But that's how he talks about. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. You don't know if something has happened to you recently. You don't know where you can be a year from now, 5 years from now. So just believe. He talks about trust. You have to trust in something, your gut, nature, God, whatever it is that you want to trust in. Believe and trust that things will work out for you at the end. Do not have any shred of doubt or anything. Believe and never stop seeking. Now, it's been an amazing trading week and trading month so far at GA Trading Club. We have had about 7% return for the last 2 months. So that's amazing. A 7% return. Keep in mind, if you go and put your money in banks, they will give you on average what's that, 0.5 to about at most 1% return a year. So we made 7% just 2 months. So the life with the seasons that we are living in, you cannot depend on one income. You need multiple incomes, you need passive income. What we do at GA Trading Club, we show you a possibility of how to learn about trading. Same thing, you went to school and learned architecture, law, medicine. You can learn something new. Warren Buffett, arguably the greatest investor of all time, of our time, he talks about you cannot have one single source of income. If you think about it, a lot of people just be winging it in life. You grow up, go to school, after that get a job. At the job they're always giving you milestones. If you're good at your job, you know the people who are actually good at their job. If you're good at your job, you can be good at yourself. Why not find something else to supplement what you already have? So the link is down in the description. Come join us, come hang out with us, see what we're doing. If it works for you, amazing. We're going to hold your hand, we're going to take you through the journey. If not, I'm pretty sure there's some gems that you can take away from us and apply them to other sources or passive income sources out there. Now, if you have something to offer us, welcome. GA Trading Club is a club where people just share together. We grow together. It's not just me as the founder. No, no, no. I created this community in order to work together with people out there who are in situations like I was a few years ago when I wanted to do something more in my life, but I never knew what it was. And I discovered trading. And from then on, I have never looked back, and the dots are now starting to connect. Now, don't watch this video 5 years from now and wish that you had listened to me. Join us, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.